U.S. President Donald Trump is doubling down on his pledge to carry out mass deportations. He says he is directing federal agencies, ICE agents, to target undocumented migrants in Democrat-run cities. And that is despite nationwide protests against his hardline immigration policies. Karen Pauls is reporting from our Washington bureau this week. Karen, pretty emphatic, very clear in his stated aims on social media. What are we hearing from the U.S. president?
Yeah, President Donald Trump has posted on social media that he has directed ICE agents to do everything in their power to achieve the very important goal of delivering the single largest mass deportation program in history. That goal is at least 3,000 arrests a day, up from about 650 a day during the first 5 months of his second term. And to reach that goal, he says officials must, quote, expand efforts to detain and deport illegal aliens in America's largest cities, such as Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York, where millions upon millions of illegal aliens reside. Trump's adding that he wants agents to focus on our crime-ridden and deadly inner cities and those places where sanctuary cities play a big role. Now, what's interesting is this announcement comes as Trump is also trying to deal with the impact of those mass deportations and how they're affecting key industries that rely on those workers, like farms, restaurants, and hotels. Last week, he posted on Truth Social that he's heard concern from those sectors, and he promised to make some changes. And Heather, there are reports that arrests in those industries are now on hold.
Karen, we saw over the weekend people taking to the streets across the United States and protesting the presidency of Donald Trump, the No Kings protests, as they were called. How did they play out? What were the scenes like?
Well, I mean, we saw a video of crowds protesting in cities, many in the cities that Trump mentioned in his post, but also some deeply Republican states like Texas. Of course, that was the same day Trump held a massive parade here in Washington for the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army. And, we saw mostly peaceful scenes, but there were some incidents. Trump answered a few questions last night as he was leaving for the G7, suggesting his decision to deploy the National Guard troops to L.A. is why protests in that city went peacefully. Take a listen.
So the protesters, if we didn't have the National Guard on call and ready, they would rip Los Angeles apart. They come and they check and they say, is the National Guard going to be there? And if the National Guard's being there, they don't even show up.
Now, there were some incidents at some of the protests. One protester was fatally shot in Utah, and another person arrested after he drove his car into a crowd in Culpeper, Virginia, and he hit a demonstrator there. Police in Los Angeles and Portland used tear gas and crowd control munitions to disperse the crowds in those cities. Heather.
Karen, thank you very much. Karen Pauls from our bureau in Washington.